Can you say, what is up, guys? It's your girl, Kid Cactus.
I can say go Kepler.
And today we've got some high five, spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, revealing official information. And so,
Let's get started.
should people like and comment?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay guys, well there you go. Alright, so first things first, what's been going on this week with Destiny 2? Well, on the Tuesday weekly reset, a lot of things actually happened. First of all, we got the brand new Heliostat exotic mission that rewards the new Wolfsbane exotic axe. This thing is actually pretty cool, and you can actually already start upgrading it. So linked right up above is my video on how to find all of the hidden secret objects that unlock the intrinsic perks for your Wolfsbane, as well as the first exotic catalyst for it. And in that video, there's a link to the original guide video if you still haven't done that. So definitely check that out if you haven't, guys. But on top of that, we also had a major patch going live, and this patch actually dramatically altered a lot of different abilities. It introduced passive perks for the Warlock and the Hunter. So like the Warlock just natively has like 10% better grenade regen all the time just for existing, just for playing the Warlock. And mainly, guys, all of the Warlock turrets, the Warlock buddies, so Bleak Watcher, you have Child of the Old Gods, you have your Arc Soul, all of that stuff counts as grenade. And it turns out that's actually incredibly broken, because every single fragment, every single aspect, everything that works with grenades now works with your buddies. Guys, I made a video on kind of the culmination of that ridiculousness using Arc Soul and juicing it to the absolute gills. Definitely check that out. That build is crazy. I've been rocking it ever since I made that video. But again, some massive changes overall to abilities and so on. If you want to know all of the changes that entered the game with that patch, check out my breakdown of the patch notes linked right up above now. So, aside from that, like, this is all Tuesday. We have one more thing that went live on Tuesday, and that is Arms Week, but this time featuring shotguns. So last time we had Arms Week hand cannons, where hand cannons could get special volatile mods. Now it's shotguns. So, turns out one of the volatile mods, Illegal Trigger, it can do some pretty crazy things. Yeah, so as you can imagine, you can turn any shotgun into an absolutely unreal DPS monster. If you want a full breakdown of this Arms Week event, what you need to do to unlock that mod, all of that stuff linked right up above right now. So that's everything that kind of went live on Tuesday. So moving on from there into the brand new information within the TWID. So the first thing Bungie talks about is what we've already talked about in this video, recapping the events that went live on Tuesday. So we're going to skip over most of that, but there's one sentence I do want to point out in their section on the Heliostat exotic mission. It's the ending sentence where they say, during this week, all of Wolfsbane intrinsics are available along with one of its exotic catalysts. Starting next week, the remaining catalysts will be available for everyone to discover. Look carefully and you'll find all the secrets available. So, first of all, this 100% confirms there's only one catalyst available this week, so if you're still in that mission looking, you can stop now. But also, the wording of starting next week, the remaining catalysts, plural, will be available for everyone to discover. Is that saying that you get all the rest of them next week? Or by saying starting next week, are they saying like one next week, one the week after? That's what I would assume it is, like one every week, but just kind of wanted to point that out. Now moving on from there, we have the Destiny 2 Renegades Power Reset Update. This was a major announcement that Bungie made on their Destiny 2 Twitter account, basically saying that, yeah, your power, it's not resetting in Renegades, and they said they would talk more about it in the TWID, which is right now, basically. So Bungie says In keeping with our commitment to hear and act on player feedback, we have some major changes to announce to how seasonal power will carry over at the beginning of Season 28 and the launch of Destiny 2 Renegades. So seasonal power will carry over from Season 27. So whatever power you are at the end of this season, you will be in Renegades. They say tooltips will be updated to reflect the removal of the seasonal power reset, and unstable cores, the currency you use to upgrade the power of your items, will also carry over. Since this announcement, we've seen some general questions about the power cap and the unstable core economy. So we have no plans to raise the power cap at this time. It will remain at 550 through Renegades. Our next priority for unstable cores is to revisit the economy and address player feedback around this currency. We have more details in a future TWID to share. Stay tuned. In addition to this, guys, we'll be adding a power catch-up in update 9.1.5.1 on October 14th, so that is the upcoming Tuesday reset, to give new and returning players a boost up to 300 power. As a reminder, we're also introducing a number of important adjustments to activity rewards and power climb in next week's update. Read for a recap. Guys, this is absolutely crazy. I think everyone expected them to increase the power cap by a little bit, but remaining at 550. So if you get to 550 power, you're just done in Renegades. You'll be getting, tier 5s for everything you do starting day one. Now, on the one hand, that's maybe pretty cool. A lot of people are at 550, but clearly way more people are not even close. So I think maybe a lot of you guys watching might be somewhere in the 300s, somewhere in the 400s, and you won't necessarily get to max before Renegades, but now you can launch Renegades, finish off your power grind, and be getting high tier loot a lot sooner than you otherwise would. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the biggest changes we could ever have imagined, and the ramifications of this change are still being debated, right? Like, is this good for the game? Because now you have a reason to invest in the leveling process. You have a reason to play the game because your stuff will stay. You're not going to be forced back down to power 200 at the start of Renegades. Or is this going to be a disaster? Because if you do get up high in power level, you don't even need to get to 550 to start getting tier 5s. Like, you're just going to get every tier 5 in the first couple of weeks of Renegades and just be done with the game and then log out again. So, like, again, that's a massive debate going on right now within the community. I am genuinely shocked that they're saying they have no plans to raise the power cap. Like, maybe just so few people at 550, they just thought, hey, we don't even need to raise the power cap. Crazy, crazy change. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think this is a great thing? Like, will this make you play more? Are you more invested in leveling up now, going into the new expansion already max level, getting the high tier loot right away? Or do you think this is going to be a disaster? They're removing all of the reward mechanisms for, why to level up. You're just going to be getting all the best loot immediately, and then you're going to get bored of the game. I really don't even know what the answer is going to be, but let me know what you guys think. So, moving on from there, guys, we have portal and progression changes in update 9.1.5.1. So this is the upcoming October 14th update. So we've kind of already gone over this, but here are the changes. So we're speeding up the power climb with more powerful drops in solo ops, fireteam ops, and pinnacle ops. Almost every activity grade for each power range will see improved drops. Then, the extra bonus engram rewards you get on top of your completion prizes will now have the same power as the engrams from the end of activity chest. So if you see like 4 of those green engrams in an activity, that means 4 like powerful drops. That's a huge change. Now, on top of that, power adjustment has been removed from all challenge modifiers. Instead, players are capped in effective power within each difficulty tier. So, normal difficulty cap, 0, advanced -10, expert -15, master -20, grandmaster -25, ultimate -30. So, a lot of people initially were happy about this because that means that, hey, if you're at ultimate, the worst you can get is -30, and then you can put on infinity modifiers and it won't go below -30. But, you know, and that's how Bungie framed this, as a good thing. But a lot of people have since pointed out that, hey, when you actually get to that ultimate level cap, when you get to the level caps, like when you get to 500 power and you start to go above it, this actually hurts you because you can get like an A grade without being, you know, -30 power, especially if you're above the power cap, right? So now, like, it just got significantly harder if you're above the level cap of these difficulty tiers. So again, it's one of those things where we're really gonna have to see how this one plays out. They frame this as a good thing, but it's turning out that, like, you know, it's only a good thing in a very narrow band of your like power level when you're leveling. As soon as you get above these thresholds, like, it starts to hurt you, and then you're not playing at -30 and now you will be. So yeah, I mean, with all the other leveling changes, maybe this won't matter as much, but also it just means that everything you play on Ultimate, like, you can't just have an easy match anymore. Everything you do is going to be -30, which kind of sucks. But if your power level isn't going down in Renegades, maybe this makes sense. Maybe playing more difficult activities at -30 is like the challenge to go and get tier 5 gear, instead of just mindlessly leveling to make the, you know, number go up and then eventually you're getting tier 5s for doing super easy activities. Maybe Bungie is switching in this direction, and like, you want to earn tier 5s? Oh, well, you actually need to play something at -30. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Like, that actually does make a bit more sense with the context of your power level not dissipating in Renegades and the level not increasing, right? Moving on from there, they say players will no longer have difficulty tiers auto-selected for them until they meet the power level of the activity. Honestly, that's pretty good. It's super annoying. Like, it auto-defaults me at like 50 below my power right now. So, since the vast majority of players will be at 300 power or above going forward due to the catch-up chest, normal, advanced, and expert quick play nodes have been removed as the expert matchmaking tier from direct launch, so that you can find people when you try to matchmake. The new node replacing these has been adjusted so that anyone from 10 to 399 can earn good rewards for it. Oh, that's all right. That's interesting. Moving on from there, guys, they recap the current Arms Week event with shotguns being featured. Again, everything you need to know what they recap is in the video I recommended to watch, so we're going to kind of skip over that. Then they talk about what's for trials this weekend. So they say this weekend the map will be redacted and the featured weapon will be redacted. Just kidding. They say you can expect to land on Javelin 4 and the Arc Disabler will be the reward, guys. Okay, so moving on from there, they have Bungie Foundation gearing up for TwitchCon. You can see the information right there, and there's an emblem available for people at TwitchCon. Then they talk about Bungie rewards, and you can see this is a hoodie you can get if you get that exotic axe, guys. And just wanted to quickly go over the known issues list. Specifically, the Vault from inventory function is not working when using a controller. So definitely a lot of people have been messaging me like, hey, I can't access my Vault. I think you actually have to physically go to the Vault locations now, like in the tower, which completely sucks. Or potentially you have to use a third-party app like Destiny Item Manager DIM. So make sure you're doing that. Also for abilities, you can see Vortex Grenades are pushing some enemy types away instead of pulling them in, so hopefully they fix that there. And the change to the Warlock's Glacial Harvest aspect is coming later. It actually, the equivalent to that aspect on the other two classes was added, but Warlocks are getting it later. Arc chaining from Lethal Current is not activating properly with Combination Blow. Exiting Weave Walk is not granting Woven mail, guys. And for the weapons, the Whirling Ovation Catalyst is not dropping as intended. So don't go into the epic raid trying to get the Whirling Ovation Catalyst. It's kind of glitched right now, so keep that in mind. You can see some of the other problems. There's a lot going on right now, guys. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCactus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.